Hey guys, this is Chris Roby. Thank you for joining the show, like listening to the show. Yeah, so we're gonna do just an audio episode this today because I am wanting to talk about Gardner Menshew with some people. So hopefully some people join the green room. But until then, I'm just gonna go over some news with you guys. If you're checking out the new YouTube channel, I apologize that this is not a video episode. Um, but I am planning on doing some episodes video, but this will still be up on YouTube. So you should be able to just hit play and listen to the podcast on YouTube too, if that's how you'd rather do it. But yeah, it'll be, Google and Apple and um, quite a few different podcast places. You should be able to find this, share it with your friends, share it with people. But yeah, basically, Gardner Minshew is traded to the Eagles, which I find that really interesting because he really, when you watched him like that first year when he got to start for quite a few games, like, to me, he seemed like the clear guy that should have that starting job for the Jaguars. But, of course, they didn't feel that way. And, I'm not really a football expert, and I don't watch every Jags game, so maybe I'm wrong. But, just even from what I've heard, like, some analysts are pretty positive on him, uh, given the fact he's not a, superstar or anything like that. So it's pretty crazy, but I think that when you look at this guy, it's basically, kind of crazy that, I don't know, like, so he couldn't have been that good if they ended up with the first pick in the draft last year, but also, even though that's the case, like, I feel like he had kind of deserved that job, but of course they got to pick, what's his name? What's his name? I can't think of his name right now. But, number 16, first pick in the draft. Anyway, so they got to pick him up, and, Trevor Lawrence. And basically, the fact that they got to pick him, you knew Minshew was probably not going to be the starter. I mean, but, maybe it makes sense until their line gets better for Minshew to be the starter. But anyway, he's traded now. So, he's basically going to, the Eagles. So it's going to be really interesting. Does Jalen Hurts not get to start for the Eagles? I think I'd probably lean towards Minshew, but they might be just as good as each other. Minshew's got a little more experience, I feel like, probably. But, that's a tough one. But, the thing that bugs me with the Jaguars is, like, they clearly, could have used him as a backup. Like, I mean, you saw what happened with Joe Burrow last year. He didn't have a good O line, right? And then not only did he not have a good O line, but they just used and abused him, and he got injured. And now you see, I guess he's starting. Joe Burrow is starting. He's debuting this week, I think, this coming week, and or no, I think actually this weekend right now, actually. So it's just crazy when you look at this type of thing and you see that, you know, they're basically gonna throw Lawrence to the wolves. The Jags are, whereas Minshew was kind of a little bit used to that. And you would think you'd want a good backup at least, and even if you were going to go with Lawrence. So then if that doesn't work out right now because of that O line, at least you could throw Minshew in there. I mean, at least he's got the experience. But, it's going to be interesting. Minshew probably, I don't know what the scheme is for that offense on the Eagles, but he might have a learning curve, if he has to learn a brand new offense. So it's going to be interesting to see. And maybe they just wanted Minshew as a backup because they didn't give much away. It's a 6th-round pick, but it could turn into a 5th if Minshew plays 3 games or something like that. So it's really not much. So it's just one of those things that I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens. But I really don't think Minshew's bad. I really don't. And if you need a quarterback, you don't have anything. I think he's a option for sure. Because the Jags really aren't that good of a team, and he was able to do some stuff on there. So, but anyway, I wanted to transition over. I'm still waiting on people to join the group. Hopefully they do. But I want to transition over to talking about the Browns. Because I was listening to the Dan Patrick show. I think it was yesterday, and he was talking about. Well, he was talking to Ross Tucker, and they were talking about, which I had thought about quite a bit. Like, what's up with like the Brown? Nobody really talks about this for the most part. That the Browns were like nothing until Baker got there. As far as like, you know, they were basically Ross was saying they were like a 1-win team like 3 years ago or whatever. And it is crazy how they're now looked at by Ross Tucker and some other analysts, maybe everyone, that they have like, the best roster in the NFL. And he was naming off people, like their wide receivers and their running backs and offensive line, probably the best offensive line in the league and all this stuff. But, it's going to be crazy to see, how that, how all that turns out. Hey, how's it going? We got a guest. How's it going, Trevor?
Yo, hey Chris. So Gardner
Hey,
got traded, huh?
yeah, man, that is just crazy. What are you thinking
Big
about that?
news. I think, he got traded to the Eagles, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I think, he's a good backup for sure. If Jalen Hurts doesn't turn out so good, I think it'll be a good thing for the Eagles.
So you don't think that Minshew could be like a starter on any of the teams?
No, he could, without a doubt. He's proven himself enough.
But you still think Hurts is probably the best option for Philly?
Yeah, I think so. I'm thinking that, a nice dual threat's always good to have, and I think he's always been underrated and underappreciated.
Yeah. Well, it'll be interesting to see, definitely what happens. I think Hurts has the advantage because he probably knows the playbook and all that a lot
Oh
better.
yeah, yeah, without a doubt. But I think if you give Gardner time, I think it'll be a good competition. It'll kind of light a fire underneath Hurts to perform well. Just given
Yeah.
Gardner's time in Jacksonville.
So why do you think it didn't work out in Jacksonville? Just because they got that first pick?
Yeah, I mean pretty much. As soon as they realize like, hey, we can go get Trevor Lawrence, it's over for Gardner, or it was.
Because it seemed like at times that I've watched him and just kind of got a sense that it seemed like he could maybe end up being the starter for long term there.
Oh yeah, I thought so too. I was shocked like when they moved on. Um, but I think that Philly. I think it could be like another Nick Foles situation, where it's like maybe Jalen kind of like carries the
Gets
team for
injured.
the yeah, and then he gets injured and then just Gardner steps in and wins a Super Bowl. Because I see,
Hopefully, hopefully Wentz is more durable than, or I mean, Hertz is more durable than Wentz though.
yeah, I feel bad for Wentz. I was excited for him this to see him this season, but what did he do? Broke his foot or something?
Yeah, it seemed like his redemption, like he had a good offensive line now and he was going to show what he could do. And then he got injured. But I think he did break his foot or something. But was it
Shoot.
him? I heard some. What's that?
Oh, nothing. Continue. Sorry.
That's all right. I heard somebody was back. Was it Wentz that was back and practicing or whatever?
I don't think so. I think he's injured right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But or maybe it was. I know Dez is. I think he's practicing, but I thought I heard something about Wentz too.
Maybe. I mean, I haven't been keeping up too much. Have you been
Yeah.
watching any of the preseason?
Uh, I've been. I watched pretty much like the last Broncos game, and that was about it.
Oh, okay, okay. Who do you
Yeah, I
think
just.
is that your team?
Yeah, that's my team. Yeah.
Right on. My team's the Lions, so I'm rooting for Dan Campbell.
Nice. What are your thoughts on Goff? Are you kind of bummed
Ooh, I'm
about
excited.
Stafford or
No,
you're
I'm
excited?
excited for Goff. Yeah,
That's
I
good.
think he's a gamer.
Yeah, he doesn't really get a fair rap at all.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Like he led a team to a Super Bowl. You know?
Right. And he's a competitor. Yeah, he's got that drive in him that a lot of the greats, or I guess all the greats, have.
Yeah. No, yeah. I think Goff got shafted in LA. I mean, I'm excited to see what Stafford can do in LA. 'Cause, I love Glass Stafford. Um, I just hope he can stay healthy because that's been the one thing throughout his career. Kind of a lot like Wentz is his health, but he's very tough. Like I remember, like he played through what was it, like either a broken collarbone or something with his shoulder. He's just a legend.
It's
So
crazy because he's like almost nobody says anything negative about Stafford, unless it's I mean, they find things here and there, but
yeah,
but
they can nitpick
majority
all day.
well, but like majority of them still of people it seems like still respect him though and know that he's a gamer.
Yeah, without a doubt. Like, I mean, they definitely upgraded, and we got. I mean, I don't know. Like, I'm excited for Goff. I'll miss Stafford for real, but I think Goff's gonna have like a new energy about him that just, and you can kind of just tell by the way he conducts himself that he's a little pissed off at what happened.
Well,
And
the good
no,
sorry.
continue.
The good thing about him is he's got like experience. It's not like you got him as a rookie, but he's still young.
Yeah, no, he's got a lot left in the tank. That's for sure.
Yeah, so that's awesome. It'll be crazy to see, the different things that the changes in the NFL and all that. I'm kind of worried COVID's going to mess everything up, though.
Yeah, no, that Delta variant's nothing to mess around with.
Like the Tennessee Titans, did you see that? They're already having, like, a lot of people have got COVID or whatever.
Dang, so it's like a repeat of last year. I remember that happened to them last year too. At least I'm pretty
Yeah, it
sure.
did. I saw one of the. I didn't get to look into what happened yet, but I saw one of the games for. I think it was probably for today or this weekend got canceled.
Really? Well, that's not good.
Yeah. So it's like, man, the season hasn't even started yet. Like, what
Yeah,
the
I know. Yeah, I
heck?
can't wait till this COVID stuff's over. I can't wait for like packed stadiums. It'll be nice when like 2022 season rolls around.
Yeah, as
Who-
long as we're not still recovering from the Delta variant.
Yeah. Who do you think's gonna? Who's your Super Bowl favorite for this year?
Uh, I don't know for sure, but I
I think
don't.
the
I
Bucks are
kind.
gonna repeat myself.
Yeah, I could lean that way, for sure, but I'm probably gonna go with Green Bay for the
Ooh,
NFC,
yeah, I like that. Yeah.
and then I think probably for the AFC, I want to go Bills because I feel like
Oh yeah, it's about
maybe
time.
he'll do even better, than last year.
Yeah, dude, if with Josh Allen, if he does better, like he already had an MVP caliber season, like he's young, so yeah, I think you
Yeah,
might be right. You might be onto something there.
but it's from what I've been hearing, the Browns are, they got the insane talent, but it's like I
A
don't
lot
know
of
if I'm
talent for
willing.
a roster, though. Like it might be a little too much to manage.
Well, it's I don't know that I put all my eggs in Baker Mayfield's basket, though, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, no,
Like,
I like Baker, but I know what you're saying.
yeah, I don't know about it though. I think he'll get there possibly, but it's kind of a leap to be like they're going from a playoff win to the Super Bowl win.
Yeah, I think maybe they'll make the conference title game, but like I don't know that like yeah, I don't know. It's tough. I think you might be onto something with the Bills. I kind of forgot about them.
Yeah,
They
so
uh
that
they came
and I
close last year.
I
Or was
mean,
it
there's
like
been
continue? My bad.
it's all right, no problem. Like, there's been a lot of dysfunction with Green Bay, but I still feel like Rodgers, if anyone, can overcome that,
Oh
and
yeah,
you know,
he's the most talented gunslinger of all time.
yeah. I mean, he's like for sure one of the best,
If
and
they don't win, do you think he stays or do you think he leaves?
uh, if they win, I think he stays.
Yeah, me too. But I have a gut feeling he's gone after this season.
Man, I was on that train for Denver to get him this year, dude. I was,
Oh,
come
imagine.
on, you got to get
Imagine.
him.
Oh yeah, I would like to see that. I like Denver.
Yeah, it was like Christmas in Denver. I was hoping,
Yeah.
like, come on, make it happen. Whatever you got to do. But yeah, of course, it didn't happen.
So sorry.
No problem, dude. Sorry.
My
I'd
bad.
kind of still like to see Deshaun come to Denver. I know he's got all those,
He's got them masseuse charges, but
he's got all that crap going on, but once he gets past all that, I'd love to see what he could do in Denver.
oh yeah. Like honestly, we've all daydreamed about that masseuse stuff, so. Um, so I could forgive him if he came to Denver, especially. Like Denver's probably like my third favorite team. Uh, yeah, I would like to see what he can do. I know that it's tricky with him because of all that stuff. Because
Well,
all
he's
jokes aside, it's pretty messed up. Like I would
yeah,
never,
for sure.
I don't daydream about sexual assault.
Right?
Um,
Yeah, yeah,
but like man, it was. He's so good that like you can kind of just. I think it'll be a lot like what happened with Kobe. Like with that. I don't. Like the sexual assault scandal and like in Kobe Bryant's career. Like I don't know,
yeah.
2009 or whatever. Um, it kind of just all got forgotten. So I think that'll happen with Deshaun as well. I think it'll be kind of just like something that people overlook, especially if he comes back and performs.
Well, it went so crazy that like it's almost unbelievable. So I think people might be like, sure, you might have done one or two things wrong, but you didn't do like 24 or whatever. You know what I
Wow.
mean? Like,
Yeah.
so I think it's kind of it's gonna almost work itself out. Like, it's bad what he did, obviously, but it's like I think people will be like, what can you do for the franchise and kind of let it go though. Since
Yeah.
that,
No, I think
since
you're
the,
right.
since teams have been needing a good quarterback for years, and it'll be like, well, you didn't have any offenses before this, and let's just move on and let's play some football. I think
Yeah, I think
that's
you're
what
right.
it'll turn into, probably.
There's no way with his talent that he gets like bounced out of the league. He's staying for sure.
I mean,
Um,
if he was like offense after offense after offense, and it happened 4 years in a row, then yeah, he's probably gone. You know?
yeah, he just had a little spree there where he was like, "Hey, touch it a little." Um, yeah, and it's not like the degree of what he did. Like, yeah, it was bad, but it's not like he forced himself on anybody or anything like that. Like, it's. I guess we should get off of this topic, but
Yeah.
I think you're right. I think once he comes back, especially in a couple of years, it'll be forgotten. He just
I
needs a
think
new
he
team, probably a new number, a new
I
like a
think he
fresh
learned
start.
like he's probably a really smart guy, so I think he learned his lesson. Like we can all be like, "You're forgiven. Don't do this again."
Yeah,
Obviously, and
so
then
long as the
everybody's back to football. You know? Are you still there?
yes, I'm going I'm in and out of
Oh
service.
yeah, you. I think your signal's breaking up a little bit, Trevor. Hello, Trevor. I think we lost him. Well, hopefully he'll be. Hopefully he'll be back. But yeah, that's crazy stuff about you know, the whole sexual assault. Obviously, this show and myself and all that, we don't condone any of that stuff. Like, wrong is wrong. I do think though that talent is talent too, though. So if he's able to keep playing football, I'm sure fans want to see his like talent and his entertainment and all that. Because like
Yeah,
Deshaun's a really
without a doubt,
talented, good football player.
he's super
What's that?
talented. I'm just kind of going
Yeah,
back into
he's
the conversation here. Um,
like
yeah,
he's so talented that people want to forgive him and watch him play football. That's how good he is. But of course, the allegations and all that aren't good. I don't know
but
if Trevor's.
people were
Are
able
you
to.
there?
Oh yeah, sorry. I think I'm
You're
coming
back.
in and out of service again. Yeah.
It's all good. Yeah. So what were you saying though? You
So
were talking.
I think his career arc will be a lot like Michael Vick.
Yeah, that's a good comparison. I think it'll always stain his reputation to some degree now, but I
Yeah,
think that
without a
he's
doubt.
he's too good for one period of offenses to get him kicked out completely though.
I
So
think
I think
whatever
he'll
team he goes to will have they will get a lot of blowback for the first year or two, but after he proves himself, I think it'll be all good.
right, yeah. And he'll still have haters, like no
Oh
doubt.
yeah. And I think a
But
lot of the female fan base of the NFL, I think they're going to hate him for a long time.
yeah, for sure. But it's gonna be like, you can either like me or hate me and he's gonna keep playing.
Yeah. Where do you think he'll realistically end up? Because I don't think he's going to stay in Houston.
Yeah. And their whole QB room like just makes me laugh because I think they brought in like 4 or 5 other guys or something.
Yeah, dude,
But
that's their team's a mess.
yeah, it is. I wouldn't want to stay there either. Like honestly, JJ Watt was like, "Get me the heck out of here."
Yeah, yeah. It's bad when JJ, like Houston's hero, wants out.
Yeah, Captain America here.
Yeah,
He's like, "Get
exactly.
me the heck out of here." But yeah, I don't know, man, because I think the Eagles will still be interested, probably.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of what other teams. Obviously, Denver. Uh, who else needs a quarterback?
Uh, the Jets could use one.
Well, the Jets got their new
Oh,
rookie
they
though,
got they got what's his face? He's from
Wilson.
BYU. Zach Wilson. Yeah.
But yeah, the Jets would be a good one if they didn't have Wilson. Um, I mean, honestly, the Eagles are the front runner. Or they were, right?
I think so. Yeah.
So if I had to put money on it, I would probably say Eagles.
Yeah, it's not a bad call, honestly.
But I really think it's, or I hope at least that it's Denver. But
Yeah.
I don't really mind Teddy Bridgewater though, because he actually looked really good in that last preseason game.
Oh, is he with you guys now?
Yeah, Teddy. Yeah,
I
he's a
love.
Bronco. He's
Yeah,
our
let's go.
starter. They actually named him
Awesome.
the starter over Locke.
Awesome. Yeah, I love Teddy. I've loved him since Louisville. Teddy Two Gloves.
Yeah, he looks like he's got some style. Like
Yeah,
he's
no,
gonna be
he's
able to
super
do some
talented,
stuff.
super accurate, great pocket passer. It's just a matter of staying healthy.
He looks like he's way better than Joe Flacco when we brought him in.
Yeah, that did not work out.
No, not at all. That was like I want to say that was the beginning of the end of Flacco, but really it was before that.
Would you guys, you as a Broncos fan, would you guys like Gardner Minshew? Like, let's say in a different like timeline or universe, let's say that Gardner gets traded to the Broncos. Would that excite you?
It would because as long as I know for sure that Locke's not going to work out and Bridgewater's not going to work out, then because I believe in Minshew, I do.
Yeah, me
You know,
too.
I think I
I
think he
really feel
could.
for the guy.
Yeah, yeah, he's got to end up somewhere, and he's gonna. He's. I think he's played good enough that he's gonna be like this. Who's that guy on the Redskins? You know who I'm talking about? Um.
Uh,
Oh, Fitzpatrick. Yeah, he's. I think he's gonna be
oh yeah, yeah.
like a
Like a
Fitzmagic. You know,
journeyman, someone who bounces
like a.
from team to
Well,
team.
maybe not as much. Maybe not as much as Fitzpatrick, but I think he's gonna be like a guy that's definitely gonna stay around in the league. You know, it's
Oh
funny though
yeah,
because like Fitzpatrick,
roster.
it's funny because he wants to. Like I heard an interview with him, and he doesn't want to go to a team he had played with before. So it's almost like he wants to go to new teams every time, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, I mean, like he's always bouncing from team to team, kind of like hang on, I'm blanking on his name. Never mind. There's this one guy. Shoot, never
Hoyer,
mind. I can't think of his name.
is it
Oh
like
yeah, him
Brian
too.
Hoyer?
He is a good example. Um, Trying to think though, he's retired now. He just retired like 2 years ago.
Brett Favre?
Um, no, no,
No,
not
I'm
Brett
just kidding.
Favre.
I know, I'm just kidding.
Oh, is this a new
He would
guest
have
in here?
if he came back to the. Wasn't it like the Rams or something? Like 4 years ago, they were talking about Favre was trying to make a comeback again or something.
Oh no way. He got way too much confidence with those bronze like bands that he wears, or like those old man compression things.
That's funny. But yeah, no. Who were you saying though? Seriously, you were saying he retired like
I
two
can't think
years
of his
ago.
name. If I could think of his face, and that's not gonna help
Who?
because
Who did he play for? Do you remember?
He's played for the Bears. He's played for the Jets. Oh, Josh
Oh,
McCown.
Jay Cutler.
No, Josh McCown.
Oh, Josh McCown.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's
He
a
was
he's
on.
another guy who bounced from team to team. Always a
Oh
solid
yeah,
backup, occasional starter.
that's true. Yeah.
I think that'll be kind of who Gardner Minshew. That'll be kind of like his career arc, you know.
Okay, so he's never gonna be great, but he's gonna be good, like a definitely a good backup and sometimes
Yeah,
starter.
yeah. That's what I think. That's what it'll be like.
Oh, okay.
Cause what did he get traded for? Like a sixth round pick or something like that.
Well, who Minshew?
Yeah.
It's a sixth round, but it could be a fifth if he plays like 3 games
Oh,
or
okay.
something or something like that. Which is fine. Like if I'm a GM, I'm doing that. Like
Yeah,
who
me
cares about
too.
this? Who cares about the sixth or fifth round pick for Minshew at least?
Yeah, for real. Who was? Do you know who their backup was?
Uh, on the Eagles, I think it was Flacco.
Oh, really? Yeah, I'd say Gardner's way better than Flacco.
Yeah, for sure. I'm
And
not. I'm not trusting Flacco to take any snaps.
yeah, especially like with what he did with you guys.
Right? Yeah. He basically probably tanked our season.
Oh yeah, and he was supposed to like redeem himself. I was excited. Like I like Joe Flacco. Like I like his career, but he is
Yeah.
washed now.
Well, on the height of his career when he won that Super Bowl, like, I mean, he deserved that money. Like, at least he got that big
Yeah,
payout. But yeah, it was kind of a waste after that. Like, he started declining, I think, or something.
yeah. No, he definitely declined. He didn't just decline. He plummeted. Like it was like I don't know.
I
It was
was
like a
I was kind of surprised when he lost the job in Baltimore,
yeah, me
but
too. But like
because I
now they
was
got
thinking,
Lamar, and it's just like, dude, I love Lamar Jackson. He is incredible. It's
yeah,
probably like the
well,
easily like the best dual threat of all time. I think he's even better than peak Mike Vick.
he's only gonna get more accurate too, right? You
Yeah,
think?
true. That's the one issue is his accuracy, and he's still super young. It's like a
He could,
mechanics thing.
if things go right, he could be better than Mahomes.
Oh yeah,
No way.
without a doubt,
No.
he got that deep ball. He just gotta, like you said, he's just gotta work on that accuracy. He's got the arm
Yeah.
strength.
Y'all can
He's got all
compare.
the intangibles.
What are
Yeah,
you saying,
but
Chris?
I don't know how y'all can compare Lamar Jackson to Patrick Mahomes. Because here's the thing. At least Patrick Mahomes in his what? How many years has he played? How many years has he
I think
been a
like
starter?
4.
Like he won a Super Bowl in what, his fourth year? And Lamar Jackson
We got an MVP.
hasn't
Well,
even.
I think
it's
he
a
won
team
a Super
sport.
Bowl in his like third year, wasn't it?
I
Yeah, I
think
think it
so.
was his
Yeah,
third year.
And
Yeah,
then
because
he
he
went
won.
to another one in his fourth year.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
but then they
maybe
won the
maybe we
Super
were a
Cup and
little off with that comparison. You might be right, other Chris.
thank
Well,
you.
the only reason I said that is because it, if because Lamar can run better, right? I'm
That is
assuming. I
true.
mean,
Yeah.
I guess I don't know, but I'm assuming. But I'm saying
Yeah, he definitely
if
has
Lamar,
a better.
but if Lamar could do what Mahomes does as far as throwing, then he would be better. Is all I was saying.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah. No, I think
yeah,
the
I'll agree with
ceiling
that.
for
I think
Lamar is
Lamar needs to
higher.
work on his accuracy more than anything, really. I mean, he's got a
Yeah.
good arm, but
Got an
yeah,
amazing arm. He can launch that thing.
I know. I mean, the same thing with Patrick Mahomes too. I mean,
Well, true.
go.
Patrick's probably
I
got the
mean,
best arm of all time as far
it's
as deep
like
balls
I
go.
want to say
But
this, but Mahomes is like the Michael Jordan, the Magic Johnson of football. Like he
Yeah.
does things.
Right.
Like, what the heck?
Well, and he's got a bit of a head start on Lamar too, so maybe Lamar will never be better. But I mean, I guess time will tell.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
But
What
either
What do y'all
way,
think
if
about? No, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just gonna say, either way, there's no franchise that would complain about having either one of those guys.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, what were you
What do
gonna
y'all
say,
think
Chris?
about the What do y'all think about the Jags trading Gardner Minshew? I mean, how about that at this point now? Like, what the?
Yeah, that was just. I mean, it was crazy. Like, at least keep him as your backup. You'd have a good backup.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
I mean, you're talking about the Jags, so like I was telling my wife, I was like, of course they traded him, you know.
Yeah, they definitely have a dicey front office.
And this whole, what do you think about the Urban Meyer thing? Like people are saying that he's coming at this thing as like from like a college coach perspective, and he doesn't seem like he knows what he's doing or was prepared for this and stuff like that.
I think he'll handle it just well. He's
I
one of
think
the
he's
best coaches of
handling it
all
in the
time.
best way he knows how. But
But is it going to work though? Because we've seen like Chip Kelly fail.
That is true.
yeah, but I think the thing is with Urban Meyer, this is a whole different ballgame than college. You're not. So I think for him to handle it the way that he's handling it, um, yeah, I don't know. I It's gonna be really really hard to to see what he does in his first year, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, it's
what
going to be.
really ticked me off about the Jags though was the fact that they cut Tebow. I was so ticked about that. I was like, really? So
Well, the Tebow thing was going to be divisive whether they kept him or cut him, I guess.
Yeah, true. I'm not
Just because it's
surprised he got
Tebow.
cut.
But I know I was rooting for Tebow. I
Oh
was
yeah,
hoping
for
that
sure.
would work out.
Yeah, I was hoping too, but you know, the league's pretty cutthroat, so I'm not shocked.
It was just it's kind of weird if Urban Meyer was such good friends with Tebow, unless he knew it was going to work out. Like, I don't think he should have brought him in
Yeah, without a
because,
doubt.
you know, like if you're going to, stake your reputation on it and be like, we're bringing this guy in and all that, like, you don't want to just hurt his feelings in the end, you know?
Yeah, I mean,
Like, you
yeah,
want to make sure that it's going to work out first.
yeah. I don't know. Oh crap! I thought
You all
Carson
right?
Wentz was out for the year. Yeah, I literally. Okay, I'm a huge Cowboys fan, so Carson Wentz playing for the Philadelphia Eagles was like a nightmare for Cowboys fans.
Oh, okay.
And now he's back with the Colts, and I'm like, oh frick.
Oh man, yeah, that's what we were talking about. I'm glad you could confirm that for us because I was saying I'm pretty sure he's back.
Yeah,
so he is
yes,
back.
yeah.
Oh, that's good news.
Well, depending on who you are, it's good news.
I like Wentz a lot.
Yeah, I'm
I
not
really
gonna lie.
like North Dakota State. You know.
Yeah, I don't know though. I mean, the big thing is like he had such a terrible year in Philadelphia last year, so I won't blame him. But golly,
Yeah, that whole thing was a mess. It's like, is it the coach's fault? Is it the GM's fault? Is Wentz a crybaby? Like,
I'm gonna
what?
blame both
The
the
whole thing
GM and the
was a
coach for
mess.
that.
It was
Yeah,
like it was like Houston before Houston.
Kind of was, yeah.
yeah. Oh, I didn't really hurt someone's married. That go.
Well, if you guys want,
Oh wow, they're expecting their second child already. Good freaking lord.
if you guys want, go ahead and join me. Like follow me on here, and
Oh
then
yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
whenever you guys can on Saturdays, we can chat some football.
absolutely.
Yeah, with
I
that,
know I have
for
a
sure,
friend
man.
coming over. I have a friend coming over next week, but I'm always, yeah, always like if I have something else come up, I'll let him know. But it's sports, so not a big. Yeah. Although next week
I
is
just
college football.
drop that follow for you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
same.
just because I send like every time I do a podcast, I send invites to the people that follow me.
Okay.
Yeah,
But sometimes people don't add me, and then I can't really send them a follow or invite them to the
yeah.
podcast.
I, yeah, I started following you, dude. So
Okay. But yeah, no, we can keep talking. I'm not wrapping it up. I just wanted to make sure I told you guys that.
yeah.
So how has the podcast been going?
Um, I mean, so Green Room is kind of what I'm depending on for guests. And so
Okay.
I've still been trying to get the guest thing down. You
Yeah.
know, but the podcast itself is going okay. I'm not really well known. So that's gonna, from what I've heard, that can take a couple years
Yeah,
or a
it'll
few
be quite the
years.
grind for sure. You're definitely
So
good
I'm
at it,
just
man.
kind
So just
of,
keep at it. So
thanks. Yeah, I got up on YouTube last week, so I'm like slowly adding more platforms, hoping the name of the podcast will get out there.
yeah. No, yeah, definitely here when I'm able to park, I'll sub to your YouTube.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, it should be the same name as the podcast and
Okay.
the YouTube channel. But then it's up on like Google Podcasts and Apple Podcasts and some other ones.
Yeah, definitely. If I think about it, I'll definitely join on the occasional Saturday.
Nice. Yeah, and I don't know if I'll have an exact time, but it'll probably be like Saturday morning.
Okay. So do you mainly just talk football, or do you talk other sports too?
No, I mean, I talk other sports too, but the Gardner Menshew thing just happened, so that's why this
Yeah.
thing's mainly just about football. But yeah, I do like video games, talk about video games, and um,
Ooh,
I mean, when we talk, it doesn't have to be about video games. I can do that on a different thing, but
I
yeah,
like
like
video games. I'm
yeah,
quite the gamer.
I like the idea of being able to talk about video games.
do what? Sorry, I didn't hear that, Chris.
It's definitely like, um, yeah, I definitely like, uh, yeah. If people play video games and they're talking about it, which I actually do, then I'm like, oh heck yeah.
Oh, nice. But yeah, and then like sometimes I'll review like a movie, that I watched, or it's just kind of I don't know. It's just kind of a multi podcast about different things.
Yeah, just kind of about whatever.
Like when the NBA Finals was going on, I covered that a lot.
Right on. Yeah. Who are you pulling for in the finals?
Uh, well, I mean, I started out
I have the winning.
kind of. kind of what? Sorry,
So
what'd you
I had the
say?
Bucks like Bucks on 6. So
Oh, you're going for the Bucks? Yeah, I started
yeah,
out
I'm a Warriors
going
fan,
for
but I
Oh
don't
the
like
man.
the Suns. So
the
Oh
Suns.
man. I love the Suns. They're like the top 5 team for me. I'm so sad.
Oh man, I'm sorry. Yeah,
It's all
I
good,
actually
you know.
I started out going for the Suns, but then the more I watched the Antetokounmpo, he just like the whole team just kept bringing me over to their side, and by the end, I was kind of a little more for the Bucks. I think.
Yeah. I didn't
yeah,
really
it was the
like the
same way in
Bucks
the
because I like
beginning, but
Drew Holiday. Oh, sorry, Chris. My bad.
no, go for it, dude. It's fine.
I was just gonna say, like, Drew Holiday is one of my favorite players, so I'm not that upset about it. But I was just so excited for CP3 to finally get a ring, but it just didn't
Yeah,
happen.
yeah, that was the biggest thing. Was like I kind of held on to that even when I was. I guess I was more conflicted. Like I was like, well, I want Giannis to get his ring, but I want Chris to get his ring. You know?
Yeah, yeah, no, it's definitely like I was okay with it going to the Bucks. 'Cause I
Yeah.
enjoy, like, I like watching Giannis. He's just such an animal.
He's
He
just
just
such a cool guy. He's so different.
Yeah, no, he's funny too. His post game interviews are hilarious.
Yeah. Is that because of the whole like foreign aspect thing? Like he talks a little different and stuff. You think? Or
No, he just has like this humor. Like he just kind of jokes around with the reporters, and he kind of like
oh,
leans
okay,
into his foreign accent a little. Like he's like, I don't know,
that's
it's
great.
cool. He's just got a good head on his shoulders.
Oh yeah, yeah. I don't know. Do you think they can repeat?
Oh, I'm thinking they may because they're only gonna get better this year because they and like they're I don't like it's tough because I think the like my personal like favorite for this for the finals is the Lakers. Like I love like Russell Westbrook's my favorite player, so that like
Yeah.
I'm a little biased, but I think that I think the Bucks may actually repeat because I don't know that the Nets will stay healthy because if
Yeah.
one of the big three goes down, like it's tough. Same thing with the Lakers. Like LeBron's been getting injured more later in his career, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I think the Bucks. Like Giannis is only going to get better. His jump shot's only going to improve. I think we're just going to see a completely new Giannis. I think he's going to play a lot more similar to like KD this year. I have this gut feeling that he's going to really like he's only going to improve. Like he's already kind of like Shaquille O'Neal. He's like a modern Shaq in a way, like young Shaq,
Right.
and
Yeah.
he's like Shaq with a decent handle. Well, Shaq actually had somewhat decent handles when he was in shape, but I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. I think, like I said, I think the Lakers do have it this year, but I think
What?
that. Oh, sorry. Continue.
No, sorry, I interrupted you.
No, you're good. I was just gonna keep going on about the Lakers. So, what were you gonna say?
Oh, I was going to talk about them too. I was going
Okay.
to say, do you think that because some people are comparing it to, I guess, like 2003 or 2004. The Lakers had that team with, like, who was it? Like Ray Allen and some other people, I think. And supposedly they didn't actually, like, do that good because a lot of the players were older and comparing it to, they're comparing this to that and saying, the Lakers probably aren't going to do as good because they're older. Like, what do you think
Yeah,
about that?
I think this time it's different. I think that they're not. They are older, but I don't think they're too old. I think the only player that might be a little bit too old is Carmelo, but he's like instant offense still because he's one of the most skilled offensive players of all time. Like he's right there with Kobe and Jordan in my opinion.
Okay.
Um, So I think like it'll. I think the only place where they may suffer is on the 3 point line. But I think it'll be like a
Oh,
modern
okay.
bully ball type situation where they can just
Yeah.
kind of bully the paint, and they'll get so many rebounds. They have the best rebounding point guard of all time. They have LeBron. They got AD, one of the best.
Oh man, I think he's losing signal again. But
I
it's
think they
crazy
got it
because
this year.
you
And
think
LeBron's
they'll
going to be
do it.
able to play off the ball more. Yeah, I think LeBron's
But
going to.
do you think there will be a big decline in LeBron?
No, I think LeBron's got a few more
Not
years
at all.
left in him. Yeah, no, I think he's solid.
Okay. And really, like Russell Westbrook's, I didn't realize until I heard he was only 32 that he's my age, so he's not really that old.
Yeah, he's really not.
He's not.
He's still got years left. He's good.
Yeah, so
And he's like,
Russell
I
could
don't know if
still
you watched
play.
much of the Wizards last year, but he's still super talented. He's got like, in his
Well,
prime.
Is AD like the youngest one?
I think so. I mean, he definitely is of their star players, you know?
Yeah. So he's probably going to be on fire too, right? But I guess injury. I mean, he might get injured. Are you still there?
I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I mean, AD, like, as far as injury, that could be a concern, I feel like. Because he seems like he gets injured, like, a lot. Chris, do you follow basketball too, or mainly just NFL?
I'm a Warriors fan,
Oh, okay.
so
What do you think about the Steph, the big contract?
I am excited. Like, as a Warriors fan, um, sorry, responding to a message I got. As a
Oh,
Warriors
no problem.
fan, this is so exciting to have Stephen Curry come back for another 4 years. Do I feel like they will be ready for an NBA title? Oh, heck yes.
Nice.
Like,
So you
really,
still
heck yes.
who's all the stars right now? You guys still got Draymond, right?
Yeah, our lineup. So, this is the lineup for this year. So, Klay Thompson's coming back by Christmas, is what they're saying. So, it's going to be Stephen Curry. Let me look it up online to make sure I got this right before I text about it. Uh,
Excuse me.
uh, where's Stephen? Okay. No, Stephen Curry. It's going to be Draymond Green. I think James Wiseman is going to be hard. Um, okay. Let's see. So yeah, honestly, I think the Warriors have a good chance this year.
Nice.
For you Lakers fans, don't get upset at me when I say this, but your days of winning an NBA title are over. Uh, so yeah, it'll be Stephen Curry, Draymond Green, Andrew Wiggins, and James Wiseman. So
Nice.
yeah,
Yeah, so Andrew Higgins, he's still kind of bouncing around, right? I remember he was on Cleveland like a long time ago. But yeah, I mean it's gonna be
I don't know
interesting
Lakers
to
y'all
see.
either.
What's that?
Said you Laker fans are in for a long year. This ain't going this year anymore. Oh yeah, we
Oh,
have
I'm
Russell
not. I
Westbrook all
mean,
the year.
no, I mean I like the Lakers a little bit, but I'm not like a mega fan.
Yeah. Well, I'm a diehard Warriors fan, so I live and die with the team.
Really, my favorite team, if I had to pick a favorite team, is Denver.
Oh wow,
Like,
that was nice. That.
what's that? Yeah,
Yeah, Denver's got a good basketball team. Don't get me wrong. Their basketball, especially being in the Western
Yeah,
Conference, they look good every year.
they seem like they're just on the verge of becoming something.
Yeah,
Like
well,
a title
yeah,
or
I think they can they'll definitely have a good run in the Western Conference this year. But yeah, personally for me, I'm keeping an eye on the Eastern Conference and the Nets' big three. That's the one thing I'm worried about. I'm not worried about anybody else in the Eastern Conference. I'm worried about the Nets this year.
yeah. Well, and you gotta be
Yeah, I
with
know.
all those guys.
Yeah, and I heard KD say, I watched an interview a few weeks ago that he did with Draymond Green, and he basically said that he would probably come back to the Warriors if it wasn't for certain needs. And I was like, yeah, why don't you trade Draymond to Brooklyn and we can get KD back? How about
Right?
that?
Yeah. That
I'm
would.
like, please, Warriors, hear my plea and just send him to the freaking Brooklyn Nets and let's get KD back and let's dominate the Western Conference for a long time to come. Because that's what
Yeah.
KD did. He left OKC, came to Golden State. Oh my goodness. All of a sudden, the Western Conference was no longer like free for all. No, it was Warriors for 3 years there.
Right. Yeah.
But,
You guys dominated. And everybody
and
knew that was going to happen when he decided he was going there. It was like, oh crap.
yeah, Oklahoma fans were like, oh, this is our worst nightmare. Like, one of my
Yeah.
friends texted me the day he heard that and he goes, I hate you so much. I was like, why? He goes, what did you do? Did you talk to the Warriors and ask them to do this? What did you do? And he's like a big like Thunder fan, and I'm like, no, I didn't. I didn't do nothing. And dude, literally, they televised the Warriors versus Thunder game, and he comes over, and I'm like, dude, watch KD just drop like 40 points on his former team, and
Oh,
he beat Westbrook off. Oh my god. That was the one matchup I wanted to see. So Curry set the pick, and what is Westbrook forced to do? He's forced to guard KD, and KD just drives it on the lane and just dunks it on him. And I'm like,
oh man.
this is gonna be a good game. Warriors are blowing them out. My friend's just like, I hate you so much. I was like, heck yeah,
Oh man.
yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, it's funny the fact that they face each other on Christmas Day. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna be watching that game for sure.
What with those two teams, the NBA? Is that what you're talking about?
Heck yeah. On Christmas Day, I'm gonna be watching that game. I'm gonna be watching the Warriors because that'll be Klay Thompson's return to the league,
The
to the NBA for the first time in like two
the
years.
Christmas Day
So,
games a lot of times are like the biggest games of the year, or not of the year, but they're pretty big games,
yeah,
right?
they're always like some of the biggest games. Like the fact that we lost to the Mavericks as bad as we did last year, I sat there and I was hoping that the Warriors would win. Like it was like, yeah, I turned it off after the third quarter. I was like, I'm done with this. I can't stand watching us get blown out.
Yeah.
I literally waited around for like the Bucks versus Lakers game, which actually turned out to be a better game.
Nice.
So,
I don't know where Trevor is. I don't know if he's coming back. I think I gotta go though. I think I'm gonna wrap the show up.
all right, man.
All right. Thank you though for coming and chatting. And we'll do it again sometime. Chris? Oh, I think he left. Anyway, Trevor, I don't know, are you there at all? All right. Well, if you checked out the podcast, I apologize for cutting you off. I think you lost service. And all my podcast listeners, thank you for checking the show out. We had a really good NBA and NFL discussion. And this podcast I'll be putting up very soon. So yeah, if anyone is looking forward for this week's show, I'm can't wait to have you all hear this.